September 8th, 10:45 a.m. Off on another trip. Road closed to through traffic. Well, I need to go through here. Let's go see where she's closed. Working on the bridge up here. I'll have to have a look at this. They're putting a new deck on the bridge over the Keswick there. They said it would take about a month. But we're not going that way anyway. We're going up the Madam Keswick Trail here. The Madam Keswick Trail. It's probably seen a bit more traffic with the bridge being closed. But that's okay. I thought about maybe camping on this road, but I don't think I will. There'll be liable to run into a lot more traffic that way, which I don't need. Not a lot of water going down through her now. This is the Jones Landing stream, brook. Sure looks a lot different than it did in the spring. A lot more rocks in the river. Never seen it so low. This is Beaver Brook. Hit that hard enough the first time, I guess. And this is Middlebrook. Not much. Such a dry summer. This is Brent's Brook. I don't know who this Brent is, but that's his brook anyway. This one is Malarkey Brook. And again, very low on water. Mostly rocks. So this is one spot I was thinking of camping. We'll have a look here. I've got another couple of spots that I was thinking of. I'd say by the look of it, it's a bit of a party spot. A few beer cans around. Lots of beer cans around. Well, that's one spot. I've got another couple in mind. I don't know if I like this spot or not. Spend an hour picking up cans. another spot right here. I think this was a bridge or a dam, one or the other. Maybe both. Wouldn't be a bad spot to camp though. I think probably a bridge here at one time. Oh, some idiot throwing his can in the brook there too. Can't understand that. That's a nice deep hole right there. Oh. Yeah, I like this spot here, but it may be a little bit too public. I don't know. And here's the other end of the Madam Keswick Trail. There's the Hall Road, and there's Haystack Bridge right there. We'll take the trail up in here a little ways and see if we can find another spot. This is a possible spot right here. A little rocky though. But the tent could set right here. There's an anthill right there. Don't want to be too close to that. For sure. I could set up there, but we'll keep looking. We'll keep looking. Well, it appears I've come to the end of the trail. Unless I want to cut through that stuff. And then there's more up ahead. Doesn't look very promising. So I think I'll go back. I've got another couple of ideas. Trail here. Look, a good spot right there. There's even firewood. Of course I can't have a campfire, but that may be the place. We'll drive up here anyway and have a look around. Oh, they've done that. Guess they don't want anyone up in there. I guess she'd be rough going. Oh well. It is. Well, that camping spot back there will have to do. So I've decided I will camp here for the night. I'm just a step from Haystack Bridge and the area I want to fish. And it's a bit windy today, so it's sheltered down in here. It's a nice open area though, just the same. No danger of any trees falling on me. And nice and flat, no rocks. And if the woods was open for burning, there's even a fire pit here, and wood. But as far as I know, the woods is still closed to burning, so that's alright. I've got my propane heater. So I think I will camp here. I was thinking of going up to High Point, but maybe I'll leave that for a later date. I like to go up there on a nice clear night. Anyway, we'll get set up. camp's pretty well set up, and it's quite a windy afternoon. I don't know if the fishing would be any good. The water's awful low, and I find when it's windy like this, it's usually not very good. I may try it a little bit later, but it's a nice little campsite. I may do a little exploring in a little while. I'll set up my bed and everything there, and maybe have a little snack, and then I'll decide what I want to do after that. I was just checking the fire index, and I've got some good news. After 8 o'clock tonight I can have a fire. So if the wind dies down, I'll get out my twig stove. I'm not going to have a big fire, I don't think. Although there is some firewood here. But anyway, where are we at here? The yellow means I can have a fire after 8 o'clock. So it might, well, I don't know where the day's gone. It's almost 6 o'clock. I had a little nap there. I was kind of sleepy. So I think I'll go down to Haystack Bridge and I'll try the fishing there. There's a hole I want to try. And the wind's died down, so I'll probably fly the drone. Well, I'll have a cup of coffee before I go fishing. did a little drone flight there to just look over my surroundings. Now I think I'll go back down to Haystack Bridge and just try the fishing right there at the bridge. And I'll leave the rest of the fishing for tomorrow, if I even get to it then. But I think I'll try the fishing down there and see if I can get a fish out of the hole there. Well, we'll go fishing for a few minutes before supper. I was just talking to a couple of guys out scouting for moose, and they said they watch my channel. I'm running into more and more of those guys all the time. Anyway, they're heading for a camp out there. Sounds like a good time. I'm going to head back for my camp. I've got some water here, and I never got any fish, but I've got enough to eat for tonight. So we'll head back. 10 after 8 and it's already getting dark out here. It's hard to tell from the picture, but it's starting to get pretty murky. Oh, the days are getting shorter. I guess it's time for supper. I've got my twig stove all ready to go there. I can legally have a little fire, so I'll probably do that. I may cook supper first, but it's pretty nice out here tonight. And there's no flies. That's a bonus. Now we're going to have a cheeseburger. It's nice to finally be able to have a campfire. But I'll just have a small one. A twig stove fire will be fine. That was a chilly night last night. Quite a heavy frost out here. It's warming up nice here this morning once the sun gets up. So I've cleaned out my tent and I'm going to make a coffee and then pack up and get out of here, I guess. And it's an awful nice morning. Just as clear and calm, not a breath of wind. It's a little too cold for fishing. So I guess I'll pass on that. Anyway, I better get a coffee going here. Well, I'm all packed up. That's how you get all that stuff on one little wheeler. Anyway, I'm out of here, heading back to Fredericton. Partridge. There's the other one right over there. Oh, 3. Yes, sir. Pretty bird. It's a shame to shoot them and eat them. If only they weren't so tasty. But they're safe right here, or they should be, because this is Trans-Canada Trail and there's no hunting. Seeing all kinds of game this morning. Hello. Let's see, 11:30, 51 kilometers.